Hi, Nina Cuellar-Barry here, Nina CB, talking to moms with young children. Have you ever felt like yelling at your children because they're doing something you don't want them to do, or they are not doing something that you do want them to do? Yeah, that's everybody. And sometimes you do yell, and you probably felt kind of crummy after you did because it wasn't what you would have chosen to do. Well, I'm going to give you a tool that you can always have access to that will give you the opportunity to make a choice instead of just being reactive and yelling because you're upset or angry or frustrated. That tool is something you always have at your disposal, and it is your breath. Now, when you are upset, you are not acting or hanging out in this executive portion of the brain where thinking happens. You are instead kind of hanging out in the emotional part of the brain. It's not a bad part of the brain, but it's not where you want to be making decisions from. So, your child is doing something you don't want them to do. They're making a big mess. And the first thing you want to do is yell. What you can do instead is take 1 to 3 big breaths. At least one, but if you can manage it and it's not a dangerous situation, 3. So, nice big breaths coming from the belly. 1, 2, 3. By the time you get to 3, you are no longer in this part of the brain. You're not feeding that part of the brain. You're feeding this part of the brain. This part is not using a lot of oxygen. This part needs a lot of oxygen. Now you can decide, do I want to instruct? Do you want to remove? Do you want to help? There's all kinds of choices that you can now make because you're not reacting with that emotional yelling. And no matter what, even if the solution that you come up with in that calmer moment even if it doesn't work, you are in a better place to then decide, okay, well, maybe I want to do something different. But your child, it's great for them to see that you are calm and that you are making choices, and you can help them make choices. Now, taking breaths is something that takes practice, and I would just recommend that you start taking some breaths anytime during the day that you're feeling a little anxious or frustrated or angry or anything where you would normally, get upset and maybe not make the best choice that you want. And it's a great model for your child because that's what you want to teach them. You want to teach them you don't have to hit. You can take some breaths and then tell your child what you want, have your child tell whoever what they want to have happen or how they're feeling or what they would rather do. All right, that's my tip for today. And any questions, you can put them in the comments. If this kind of support and information is helpful to you, I invite you to subscribe. All right, take care.